Yes. So we'll start another session of this engineering mechanics, wherein we have this type of problem. Okay. So for this type of problem, we have to calculate components. Yesterday we have seen components of forces, isn't it? So the same thing we'll be dealing here. And see here we have an inclined plane, and we have an object here which is kept on an inclined surface. Okay, it is not on horizontal surface, it is kept on an inclined surface, and there are two forces acting here again. One is going in horizontal direction and another one is going in vertical direction and in downward direction. So but see, these two forces are not concurrent to each other. That is why we cannot apply p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta again. Okay, so here we have to deal with some other conditions. So what are those conditions and how to solve that one, we'll see now. Okay, it is very simple. You have to concentrate very carefully, and if you see the figure very carefully, they have drawn xy axis in this fashion, and if you read down the question, the body on an inclined plane is subjected to vertical and horizontal forces shown in figure. The figure is here. Find the components of each force along x and y axis oriented parallel and perpendicular to the incline. So that means we have to calculate the components of forces of these two forces. Components of forces is nothing but horizontal component and vertical component. Okay, depending upon this xy axis, our xy axis will be exactly horizontal and vertical, but here in this case it is given xy axis exactly parallel to and perpendicular to the incline. Okay, so now see here how to solve the problem. All the problems are actually very simple, but once you understand the concept and once you understand the diagrams, then it will become very easy. Okay, so since it is an object, so what I will do in our engineering mechanics, all the objects we consider it as a particle. What we consider? We consider it as a particle, isn't it? So whenever you see a car, okay, when you say car, what do you understand by car? Car is an object. Okay, you will not identify car separately, like lights, tires, steering, seats, all those things. You see the car and you will say that is a car. You will not say that is a tire, that is a wheel, that is a steering, and all those things. Okay, instead of this one also, we have a phone, a mobile phone. Directly we will say it is a mobile phone or hand phone. We do not say it has the camera or something interior parts. We do not say. We take it as an object. Okay, so the same thing, since it is a body, we don't know what is a body, what is there in that body. So that is why we consider it as a particle. Okay, only a particle. So this is our particle here. Okay, and I'll start the solution. How to solve these type of inclined problems you see here. Now we have to calculate the components of each force. It seems to be horizontal, right? This is horizontal and this is vertical. But as far as that xy axis is concerned, it is not exactly vertical. Okay, how it will, we'll see here. So I will draw our general xy axis. Okay, how will you draw xy axis? This is our x axis, a dotted line. Okay, I will draw one more point, that is one more line, dotted line. This is our y axis. Why I am drawing this in dotted form? Because this is not our original axis according to this problem. Our original axis is somewhat inclined. Okay, it is somewhat inclined. So this is our original x and y axis, but according to this problem, this is not our actual xy axis. Okay, so I have drawn our normal x and y axis. Okay, x, y, y. All right. Now after this one, what I will do? This is the particle. Okay, this is what the particle. Okay. So now what I will do? I will try to rotate my xy axis. This is x axis. Okay, so I am rotating here. If you rotate, what is the angle? See the angle. This is the triangle. This is theta. This is 3 and this is 4. So ultimately it will be 5. So what will be tan theta from this figure? You tell me. Tan theta is equal to height by base, isn't it? 3 by 4. So theta is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4 is 36.86, I guess. Yes, 36.86. So theta is equal to 36.86 degrees. Okay. So this angle is how much? 36.86 degrees. So what I will do, I will try to rotate my entire x and y axis in anti-clockwise direction at an angle of 36.86 degrees. So see here, I am rotating my x axis. This is general x axis, but according to our problem, our x axis should be like this. This is x, this is x, and I have rotated this x axis in how many degrees? 36.86 degrees. This is also 36.86 degrees. So since x is rotated, what will happen to y? Y will also get rotated, isn't it? If you try to rotate x axis, y axis will also get rotated, isn't it? So y axis will turn like this. Okay. So y axis will go in this fashion. Let us consider this as a particle. Okay. So this is our y axis according to our problem. Okay. So what is this angle now? Since this one is rotated in this form, this one has rotated in this form. So this angle is 36.86 degrees and this angle is also 36.86 degrees. Now you see here, you can understand, right? This is our original x and y axis, the dotted one. But according to the problem, our x and y axis should have to be rotated in anti-clockwise direction. That is why I have rotated this one in such a way that this angle is 36.86 and the vertical angle is 36.86 degrees. Alright. Now, after this one, you have to copy down each and everything. Okay. Now, after that, what I will do, I will remove our original x and y axis. Okay, whatever we have drawn in a dotted format, I will remove this one. Okay, just I will keep one line here to understand the angle, inclination. This is 36.86 degrees. Now what I will do, I will remove this line also. This angle is 36.86 degrees. Then again I will remove this line and I will keep only this line to understand this angle. Now I will remove this line also. And this angle is 36.86 degrees. Now you see, this is the x, our original x axis has been removed. This is x and y axis according to the problem. Okay, according to the problem, this is our x and y axis. Very, very important. Okay, now after this one, I will draw our forces. What are the two forces we have? One force is going exactly in downward direction. Okay, exactly perpendicular to this line. Okay, so my force is going exactly in downward direction. And what is the force? P is equal to 1200 newtons. Okay, now what is another force? Another force is going in right direction. So I will start from here, and this is 400 Newton, and the name of this force is F. Now you see the figure and tell me, this is our first quadrant, this is our second quadrant, and this is our third and fourth quadrant. Okay, able to understand? So my force 1200 Newton is in third quadrant, and force F is in which quadrant now? Fourth quadrant. Force F, which is equal to 400 Newton, is in fourth quadrant. Now depending upon these xy axis, we will try to calculate our components of forces. How will you calculate components of forces? See here, this is y axis. Okay, so parallel to this line, my parallel to this line will be px, and parallel to y axis will be our py. Able to follow this one? See here, I have drawn exactly parallel to this line. This is px, and this one should go in this form. This is py. Okay, and the angle is with y axis. So what is px now? P is equal to how much? 1200 Newton, and theta is equal to how much we have? 36.86 degrees with y axis. Okay, this is y axis. So what will happen to px? Px is equal to p sin theta, and py is equal to p cos theta. So px is equal to, what is the value of p? 1200. What is sin theta? Sin 36.86 degrees. What about py? Py is equal to 1200 into cos 36.86 degrees. Why I am taking like this? Because angle is with y axis. So if you resolve this one, you will get the value of px in negative sign. You will not get directly negative, you have to write negative value, then you will get in newtons, then py is equal to minus dash newtons. Why minus? Because it is in third quadrant. In third quadrant what happens? Negative, all the values will be negative, isn't it? So now next we will go for the next force, that is F is equal to 400 newtons, and here also you see here, where is the force F? F is making an angle of 36.86 degrees with x axis, not with y axis. So what will happen to F now? It will go in this fashion. This is Fx, and this will be Fy. Since it is the angle is with x axis, so theta is equal to 36.86 with x axis. So what will happen here? Fx is equal to f cos theta, and Fy is equal to f sin theta. Fy is equal to, Fx is equal to f cos theta, Fy is equal to f sin theta. So if you substitute the values 400 into sin, cos and all, you will get Fx is equal to some value in newtons, and Fy is equal to some value in newtons, but in negative sign. Fy will be negative. So this is how we try to calculate our components of forces when the force or the block is kept on an inclined surface. See, the block is kept in an inclined surface. So the very first step, I have drawn normal regular xy axis in a dotted form. Then after that, I have rotated my xy axis according to the problem, according to the inclination which is given in the problem. I have rotated it. Okay. So after rotating it, I have placed all the forces. We have placed force which is equal to P 200 1200 and 400 newtons. Then after that, we have drawn our components px and py depending upon this x axis, this yx and y axis, parallel to this one. This is px and this is py. Again, this one is fx and fy, parallel to y axis, parallel to x axis. This is how we draw or we calculate the components of forces in an inclined plane. All right. Now this is also almost the same problem. In the previous case, the incline was in this fashion, but now here in this case, the inclination is from the left side. Okay, the same thing. The forces are same and all the things are same. So the question is, referring to the figure, determine the components of each force. Here also, x and y axis is given as like this. This is x axis and this one is y axis. Okay. Now depending upon the given x and y axis, we have to calculate our components. If you see the problem in the previous problem also, you might think that, see, this is horizontal force and vertical force, as I have said yesterday, horizontal force will not have vertical component, and at the same time vertical force will not have horizontal component, isn't it? But here in this case, since the xy axis is actually rotated, so we will be having components of each and every force. If the force is horizontal, parallel to this one, but our x and y axis should be in this form. Okay, so what I will do in this problem also, I will try to draw my x and y axis, the regular x and y axis, okay, in a dotted form, so that we can remove it after drawing our x and y axis depending upon the problem. So this is our y axis, the dotted one. Then another one is, this is our x axis, the general x axis. Okay, this is how we write, but according to the problem, the x and y axis is actually rotated in 20 degrees. How much degrees it is mentioned there? 20 degrees. So what I will do, I will try to rotate my x and y axis in 20 degrees. Okay, x and y axis 20 degrees. That means I will try to rotate in clockwise. Okay, so 20 degrees is nothing but very small. So this is my x axis, which is rotated in 20 degrees. So here also it is 20 degrees, and here also it is 20 degrees. What will happen to y axis? Y axis will also get rotated to 20 degrees, isn't it? So the same thing, (20 degrees). Okay, so this is 20 and this one is 20. All right. So now what happens? The xy axis is rotated. Now what I will do? I will try to remove the xy axis, the general xy axis. Okay, for the convenience of our problem. What you have to do? You have to draw a separate diagram. Okay, I have drawn like this. So this, the clear figure, the dark picture, you draw separately so that you will understand while studying or before examination, when you open the book, or before internal examinations or whatever it may be. So when you try to learn, you will understand how this diagram will came. I am removing here, but you don't remove. You try to draw this diagram separately. Okay. So what I am doing here, I am removing the xy axis. So this is our x and y axis, which is actually rotated at an angle of 20 degrees as per the problem. In my problem, actually xy axis is rotated. That is why I have also rotated my xy axis. Now I will place all the forces. What are the forces? Very first thing, we have to take the first force, which is going in downward direction. So downward direction, what is the force? 400 Newton. So it is going exactly perpendicular to the horizontal surface, isn't it? So I can draw directly downward force. See here, downward force, which is how much? 400 newtons. And what about horizontal force? See here, the force is going in left direction. So left direction, this is the force. What is the intensity of that force or magnitude of that force? 120 newtons. Okay, now you see the force. One force, this 400 Newton is actually in fourth quadrant, whereas this 120 Newton is in third quadrant, isn't it? So now I will try to take down the components. How will you draw the components? See here, this is going in upward direction. So I will draw here, I will project this line a bit far so that you will understand. This is 120 Newton. So my x component will be parallel to this axis. Okay, so it should go like this. This is, I'll name this as F, I'll name this as P. So what will happen to this one? This one will become Fx, and y-axis is this one, isn't it? Y-axis is this one. So y-axis this way. So this is Fy. Now what about this one? I have x component in this fashion. This is Px, and this is going in downward direction. So Py. Always remember the components, x component should be parallel to this line and y component should be parallel to this new xy axis. Similarly, this x component should be parallel to this axis and y component should be parallel to this y axis. Now we can easily calculate, since the angle is with horizontal in this case, so F is equal to 120 newtons and theta is equal to 20 degrees with x axis. So what will happen? Fx is equal to F cos theta and Fy is equal to F sin theta. So Fx is equal to 120 into cos 20 and Fy is equal to 120 into sin 20. Since it is the force is in third quadrant, so Fx will be negative and Fy will also be negative. Okay. Next, what is the next case we have? We have another force, that is P is equal to 400 newtons. 400 newtons. So and theta is equal to 20 degrees with which axis? See here, this axis is the angle made by this force 400 is with the 20 y axis. So I am writing here y axis. So Px is equal to what will happen? P sin theta. Why? Because y axis. Here it is x axis. P sin theta and Py is equal to P cos theta. Px is equal to P is 400 into sin 20 and Py is equal to 400 into cos 20. So since it is in fourth quadrant, so what will happen? Px will be positive value and Py will be negative value. Okay, this is how we calculate components of each force when the force or an object is kept inclined and they ask us to calculate according to the given oriented x and y axis. Okay, so this is how we calculate. Okay, both the things we have taken up. So next case we'll try to take up in the next session. Okay, and rest of the things we'll take up. Okay, thank you.